welcome back to the West Ham United career mode. This is episode number 9 and we're about to enter October. We're playing Chelsea, but before we do that, we have some miserable reading to do. It's the Premier League table. The only positive we can take right now is 5 points between 20th and 13th, because yes, we are languishing in 20th place. 6 games in, no wins, 2 draws, 4 losses. We've managed to score 6 but concede 12. -6 on the goal difference and only 2 points on the board. It does not make pretty reading. It does not look good. But there's plenty of time to turn it around. We have 32 games to go. So let's hope we can do that. The London Stadium is absolutely bubbling for this one. This should be a great affair. 2 teams going toe to toe. Areola, Jono, Dawson, Kerr, Cornet, the back line. Flynns, Downs and Rice in the centre of the park, and then Benrahma, Paqueta and Fornals behind Antonio. The 4-2-3-1. Hopefully the boys can do the business. The game would start off at an erratic pace, absolutely electrifying, and it would be Chelsea dominating possession, dominating the ball. Ziyech on the edge of the box into Aubameyang, plays it back, but no, Kerr comes in and does what he needs to do. Gets involved, gets the ball away, Paqueta trying to bring it away, but Chelsea and James on that right hand side snubs it out straight away, and that was the story of the entire first half and pretty much the game. James and Ziyech absolutely dominated the ball. Great play into Sterling, into Aubameyang, and Areola with an absolute world-class save as Dawson manages to clear the ball. In the latter stages, Paqueta plays a fantastic ball into Antonio, one-on-one with Mendy, and unfortunately Antonio can't score the much needed goal against the run of play in the 37th minute, and Filippo Bonaperti still looking cool, calm and collected. Second half, Chelsea right hand side absolutely dominating West Ham. Ziyech, James plays it into Sterling, Areola with another save, and Sterling with the follow-up that hits the post. The story of the game literally was that right hand side. We just couldn't contain or control Ziyech or James as Paqueta plays a delightful ball into Bowen. Bowen into Antonio. He's got time. He's got space. And he can't deliver the finish that we need him to deliver, which was an absolute shame. But Aubameyang goes off. They bring on Pulisic, and the West Ham fans took great pride in chanting, "Dawson, Dawson, give him back," because Dawson had Aubameyang in his back pocket. No one else had James or Ziyech in their back pocket, but Aubameyang was in the back pocket as a delightful ball was played over. The finish is just not acceptable, but Koulibaly commits the ultimate sin, takes out Paqueta. We should have scored, to be fair, in the first place. The shot was poor. The follow-up by Paqueta was just pure anger and trying to get the ball in the back of the net. But Koulibaly just goes straight through Paqueta, and the Brazilian talisman will step up. The pressure's on. 90th minute against Chelsea at home. Surely he's going to stick this in the top bins. Bang! Mendy's equal to the opportunity. An extremely poor penalty. Not acceptable, not good enough. And the game unfortunately will finish West Ham 0, Chelsea 0. And it never gets easier in the Premier League as we now have an away tie to Brighton. Paqueta picking up the ball in the centre of the park, playing it into Antonio. He knocks the ball out to the left-hand side where Fornals plays a nice little trick pass into Cornet. Cornet going down, looks to get the cross in, sells the Brighton defender, pings it in. Antonio with the header, and unfortunately it goes wide. But it's more of a positive start given the way we played against Chelsea. But Trossard would have a great opportunity, and again Areola was equal to the opportunity, playing out of his skin for West Ham at the moment. The form he is in is absolutely scary. Absolutely scary. But Paqueta, time, space, Brighton are backing off him. They're giving him time. They're giving him space. He plays the ball into Declan Rice. Rice into Antonio. Left foot shot. Low. Hard. Goal. 1-0 West Ham. Unbelievable play by Paqueta. Why was Rice up there? It's unbelievable to see Declan Rice on the edge of the 18-yard box, picking it up, playing the incisive assist into Antonio. But Paqueta literally just kept running. Brighton backing off, which is not something we're used to seeing with Brighton. They close down, they get into you hard, but a great finish from Antonio and a well-deserved goal. The better team had been West Ham, and they deserved that lead. And it's nice to see Filippo with a smile on his face. But the game is not over at 1-0. Trossard on the left-hand side gets absolutely done by Dawson, who had been phenomenal all game. Absolutely phenomenal. Trossard again picking the ball up, playing a nice little ball inside. West Ham backing off, giving them the opportunity, and thankfully Areola is again equal to the opportunity, makes a fantastic save. It's got to be a warning to West Ham. They can't keep backing off and allowing teams to have these simple opportunities. It's just not acceptable. As McAllister picks the ball up from Welbeck, playing the ball forward. Brighton trying to overload on the right hand side. Great ball inside, and again Areola with a world class save. He's in the form of his life. As Declan Rice plays the ball into Antonio, has to come back because he's pressured. Paqueta, Benrahma going to the byline. Can he get the ball in? No, has to turn back. Gives it to Paqueta, edge of the box, time, space. Nice little turn from Paqueta. Can he create something? Plays it into Declan Rice. He's got time. Into Bowen. Bowen has the shot. And it's an easy save for Sanchez. But that was fantastic play from West Ham and their talisman, Paqueta, as Antonio picks the ball up again on the edge of the box, into Downs, into Rice. They're overloading. Benrahma into the box. Is he going to have the shot? Is he going to pull it back? Oh, no one can get on the end of it. What a fantastic low cross. But no one gets on the end of it as Trossard clears the ball in a panic. Still time for Brighton to have a say in this game. 93 minutes, we're in injury time. Ball's played in, and Kerr is there. He's been there all game. Dawson and Kerr have been phenomenal as the referee does blow the final whistle, and it's taken West Ham, and I hate to say this, months to pick up their first 3 points. Filippo looks extremely happy. Brighton didn't play their best today. West Ham was solid. There was a few issues allowing Brighton into the game, but that happens in football. You can't dominate for 90 minutes. Antonio with a clinical finish from the pass from Declan Rice. The West Ham faithful are absolutely loving it. It's about time they picked up the points. They do pick up the points, and that's what we love to see. 3 points on the board. Can we take the form into Europe as we travel to Anderlecht? This will be a tough game. Anderlecht are a very good side, top of the league in their respective league division, playing some really nice football. The man to watch out for will be Esposito as Antonio plays the ball into Paqueta. He's got time, he's got space, and he will punish Anderlecht for sloppy defending there, really sloppy defending. The two centre-backs just gave Paqueta acres of space. The midfielder didn't pick up the run of Paqueta, an intelligent run by Paqueta, it must be said, as Esposito will lead the attack for Anderlecht. Esposito has been linked with a lot of top European clubs, a very good young football player with a great deal of potential, but it is Anderlecht who will strike back pretty much straight away. Great finish there. The football was fantastic. West Ham backed off and they overloaded on the right hand side. It was an easy goal in the end. It's really bad, but Esposito is definitely one to look out for. He's playing so well, leading the line, dominating for Anderlecht, but it is Declan Rice, centre of the park, picking the ball up into Paqueta. Paqueta with time and space, plays in Benrahma. He's drifted inside. He's 1-on-1 with the keeper. It's 2-1 to West Ham. 22 minutes on the board, and that's nothing more than West Ham deserve. It was sloppy defending to concede the goal to Anderlecht, but they picked themselves up, showing that resilience. Perhaps the 3 points against Brighton has been massive for them to show that additional resilience to go ahead and get the second goal, which they need. But you can never rule out Anderlecht, a very, very good side. They're a very talented side. But Kerr will clear that up quite easily. He's got time, he's got a bit of space. But Esposito gets a footed. Jono picks the ball up right-hand side. He's out pressured. Ball comes back into Esposito. Left foot strike. Areola can't save it. It's gone in the top bins. It's a fantastic goal from an Anderlecht point of view. But from a West Ham point of view, Kerr had time to clear the ball. Esposito just gets that little foot on it, and that's enough to cause issues. Jono couldn't get the ball clear, and Anderlecht deserve the goal. It's our next fixture on the 23rd of October. Will be against Lezz. That will be a big game as the ball's played into Esposito. He's 1-on-1. That's poor defending. That is poor defending from West Ham. The cross is fantastic, but the distance between Dawson and Kerr, who, to be honest, haven't really put a foot wrong, apart from Kerr, obviously, with that poor clearance, I take that back. They haven't really done that badly, but Kerr's out of position. Dawson drifts inside. It leaves acres of space. The ball comes to Esposito, and it's a simplistic finish for him. Areola does come out. You've got to argue, could the keeper have done better there? Could the keeper have done better? Be a harsh one to to probably put it on the goalkeeper. As, to be fair, Dawson and Kerr have got to have a little word with each other and say, oi, what are we doing here? Because that was poor defending, to be fair. But Declan Rice will pick the ball up, centre of the park, into Downs, into Antonio, looking to get forward, plays a delightful ball over the top, but it's cleared. Simple clearance there from Anderlecht. That's been the story of this second half. Anderlecht have just basically piled everyone back and defended stoutly. Downs picks the ball up, got time, into Antonio, into Jared Bowen, 3-3. 87 minutes on the clock and Jared Bowen slams the ball home. The never give up factor from West Ham is playing dividend here. Beautiful football, beautiful football. Ever since the goal for Anderlecht, Filippo Bonaperti called over Dawson and gave the indication to push people forward, playing with two just at the back and everyone else just bombing on, trying to overload. And Anderlecht have made it very competitive by just sitting back and trying to park the bus. But West Ham break it down. A fantastic finish there by Bowen. That's the way the game will finish. Not what Filippo Bonaperti was probably hoping for, but it isn't a loss, and it will continue some form after the 1-0 win against Brighton. So hopefully you've enjoyed that episode, and I will catch you next time in episode 10 for the September Goal of the Month.
Don't ever trust the devil, bitch!